Tell me why you decided to become a rescue swimmer.
It's something that me personally, I kind of had in the back of my head for a while growing up that I wanted to do. I think it's an awesome opportunity to help people, help people. But yeah, once I, got out of high school, I knew I didn't want to go to college. So I kind of just pulled the trigger and joined, signed the papers.
Have you always been a good swimmer?
No, I haven't been, but I think that's a kind of a common theme with a lot of rescue swimmers. Surprisingly, is a lot of them just don't weren't didn't grow up swimming. I know I didn't personally. I can speak for myself. I didn't grow up swimming, but I had a lot of people along the way help me and kind of get me to the point where I can be proficient.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, that are you referring to you had to do some like extra training, like you weren't up to the level that you needed to be?
It wasn't. I didn't have to do any extra training in boot camp, but before I joined, I definitely needed some help. I couldn't swim 50 yards really.
So, Branch, tell me about what led up to the rescue at the mouth of the Columbia on February 3rd. Um,
Uh,
you had been in training and you get the call. Can you tell me about that?
yeah. So what led up was pretty much the whole week. Was at the AHARS training. So the whole week we had been doing drills like that, doing the hoisting and the heavy surf. I mean, all the instructors there are very knowledgeable. They teach you everything you need to know, and that was kind of just that Friday was just kind of the I kind of got lucky, but it was like the cherry on the top, if you want to say. Just everything leading up to that was honestly kind of perfect.
It's fresh in your mind, right?
Yeah, all the training is very fresh in your mind, and
When the helicopter arrives at the mouth of the Columbia and you look down, the waves are 20 feet, I read. I mean, does anything go in your mind like, ooh, this is rough?
uh, I didn't really have any thoughts like that because I knew I was in good hands. I had an amazing crew, and again, that's something that they had been teaching all week.
Branch, I saw from the video that you were lowered into the water. Tell me what happens next. You unclip and you swim like a lightning bolt toward the man on the yacht.
Uh, yeah, so we kind of talked it together as a crew and opted. I requested to be lowered down with the harness. So yeah, swam over to the water. Was trying to tell him to get in the water, and then he kind of pointed to the wave, and that's kind of when the video hit.
When you dunked under, did you get washed around like you're in a washing machine?
Yeah, the wave is pretty violent. Like, there's not really much you can do other than just kind of ride it out.
I realize it's probably pretty noisy and tumultuous. The waves, a lot going on. Does he say anything to you? Are you able to communicate with him while you're in the water?
Yeah, he said a few things. He asked, "What do I do?" And I yelled at him, and I said, "Nothing. Don't do anything. Just breathe." In that scenario, you just try to calm him down the best you can, I think. On the aircraft, I talked to him, or I tried talking to him a little bit. I asked him what his name was, asked him if he was injured, um, normal questions. Um, but after that, he didn't talk much. He was content laying there and trying to warm up.
Is that pretty common?
Well, that was my first case, so I don't have very much experience when it comes to that.
I
Right.
would say that's probably not most of the time. People are probably pretty happy that they were rescued, but
So
say,
they're chatty.
yeah, seeing how that guy is probably knew he was going to be jammed up after that. He probably wasn't super talkative, but
after about a minute of all business on the helicopter, I saw you look up and smile and was that the medic, a high 10?
Yeah, that was the flight mechanic. Yeah, I was pretty excited. They were pretty excited too. So it was pretty great.
The boat is the one that got him the life jacket, right? So when that boat flips, if he's gonna have that life jacket on, we're probably not finding him. Or Branch probably isn't finding him, right? They were first on scene. For them to get out there in those conditions, they're the best in the world at what they do. And I know I'm biased, but I think as far as Coast Guard aviation and search and rescue, we're the best in the world at what we do. And it was just a culmination of the two entities working together to effect the rescue. And the thing that I'm most proud, like as I look, I'm an old man, Branch is just starting, if you need help, we're coming out there and we're willing to, risk our lives to do it. And I think that's what's kept me in for 21 years. I think that's what keeps me motivated to, still, jump out of helicopters. It's incredibly inspiring to see our young next generation coming up willing to put it all on the line for a complete stranger and, don't care his backstory. If someone needs help, we're going to, we'll bring them back. So.
Looking back on it, what do you think? Like, how was it? How do you look back on that?
When I look back on it, I think that the whole week leading up to it was amazing. I was very fortunate, and yeah, just very fortunate. Had an amazing crew, had amazing instructors throughout that whole entire week. So I'm very thankful.